Greetings everybody, will be covering the fourth part of the white paper. After having explained how IAME will handle data, will validate data, now IAME explains how it will stop fraudulent transactions, that is transaction analysis, as the data will be quite anonymous. So how will IAME identify illegal transactions? That picture here, user 1, user 2, etc., is a traditional picture in link analysis. Link analysis in short, it it is something simple. You can have different actors, different agents, and then you have some links between them. It can be anything. And link analysis simply analyzes the links. The agents can be anything, can be users, can be groups of users, it can be anything. So it is about analyzing the link between those different users. And transactional analysis, it says, is the most powerful anti-money laundering tool. Why? It is because it does so in an autonomous way. It uses the full power of data science, of machine learning. It is something really revolutionary because it is really, I haven't seen before, and a white paper which proposes to use machine learning, which proposes to use data science in the field of blockchain. Nowhere did I see the word machine learning here. Nowhere did I see the word data science here. It is because IAME is goes really deep, and one of the authors of the white paper, that is here, Suryani Chan. She is an expert in machine learning, and machine learning, by the way, is one of the strengths of Python. And then multi-dimensional analysis. IAME proposes to make use of multi-dimensional analysis. What does that mean? It means that a data can have many different aspects of it. Let us say, for example, where we are a simple example where we are using social media. We have users. We have a user, and then that user, he can have different aspects. Like let us say, for each, let us put this day, and then the number of likes that the user got. You can have, let us say, here for day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. But that's not the only information about the user. At the same time, let us say you have a 3D, three-dimensional data. You can also have the, let us say, the number of ice cream the number of cups of ice cream the person has eaten, which is a data which might not seem very important, but it is a data. And then you have X, or let us say something like that. The example is not perfect, but that is what we mean by dimensions. You can have these, you can have this, you can have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then how to make sense of those of that multi-dimensional, multi-future data. So that's what IAME proposes to do, is that it will analyze multi-dimensional data, and the advantage of multidimensional analysis is you get an idea of the you get like a whole idea of what really is going on, and it does so more importantly without the users being compromised. Without the users, I think it should have been an S and an apostrophe. Users maybe identity being or users identity being compromised. That is, it needs not know who the user is. It only analyzes what kind of transactions on what or what pattern emerges after analyzing the patterns. And so the identity remains protected, remains safe. It just detects what happens. And here 4.3 is about money laundering a bit more and how it attempts to solve them from from the beginning to here. It is only about some explanations about the financial, etc., etc. And but the most important part is 1 to 4 about exactly how a bit more about how IAME detects. So IAME will use decision tree and Bayesian inference. Decision tree, it is a machine learning method, and Bayesian inference, again another machine learning method. A Bayesian probability, it is you can take something very simple, but by using Bayesian theory, you can infer many types of information. So just Google up Bayesian probability and Bayesian inference, makes use of Bayesian probability to to it is repeated to see what we can infer from the data. It is basically just statistics and employing LA. LA is linked analysis and DA multidimensional analysis to identify central members, subgroup, etc., and the relation between them. Regression and case-based reasoning. Regression, it is about predicting data. A simple case of regression is like that. Let us say we have X, then we have another here, and regression, it is about our data ends here, but according to our data, we can extrapolate the graph here. So that is about regression. It is about simple prediction of data. Of course, the graphs can be more complicated. The graph can be in more than one dimension. It can be a plane. It can be a hyperplane. It can be and case-based reasoning. It is about uh, knowing future solutions by analyzing past problems, past solutions, and that is regression. Support vector machine, it is yet another machine learning method. And high dimensionality, that is data with many different features, like where we explain multi-dimensional, where we drew the user data lives, etc. High dimensionality, heterogeneous dataset. Heterogeneous datasets means datasets whereby there is not only one kind of data, there are many types of data. That is one problem, is that the data is not one or two, is not two-dimensional. It is n-dimensional. It is many dimension. That is one problem. And the second is that the data, uh, there are many different types of data, and how to cope with this. And so it is planning the use of support vector machine, even in its native form, is very useful. Like you can have some some data like that, and you can have some other data like that, and support the vector machine. It can give give you uh, the exact boundary between the data, and it can do so with many dimensions, not only two dimensions. It can many dimensions. It can do so in many dimensions. And so by analyzing by making use of support vector machine algorithm, unsupervised method of learning, so they'll be able to identify transactions. And I really hope that they use Python for this. And so to the conclusion, it says that the white paper represents the IAME framework as the first generation of truly decentralized identity solution for cryptocurrencies, and that is true because one, they have the technical abilities to develop such a thing, and then they are revolutionizing through machine learning and data science. And I am fully confident that they will be able to do what they propose.